me. And I haven't seen Darbs at all this tournament. Nice pompadour, though. Is that a pompadour? I can't really tell from this angle. We'll see. Darbs is a player that I actually don't recognize, but they are 1400 TMR, so maybe I should check myself. Oh, they're in Yep. Buff Duck did manage to get a gold tournament win at some point. I think last time we spectated them, they hadn't gotten one yet. Maybe they did. I don't remember. They there was 2 tournaments in a row where they got second place. And Buff Duck snap ban the Chimerian. See, that's the thing about this current meta. You either have to commit like 3 Tems to beat Chimerian on your team, or you just ban it. And the problem is there's a couple Tems like that, so it feels a little hard to play the game at the moment. And Darbs bans the Luma Moments. What a monster. Whoa. The respect. A ton of respect coming out of Darbs here. Knowing how much work Buff Duck has put in with this Moments, the Moments might not be like overpowered, but in Buff Duck's hands, kinda good. Oh, let me start another prediction, by the way. This time it is a best of 3. Darbs. Banning the best boy. Yeah, pretty toxic, I don't know. And, first pick Rolder. Darbs doesn't have like too many answers for Rolder. They've got 2 waters sitting in the bottom corner of their team though. But I feel like Platamus goes kind of crazy this game. Since it is just like a bulky Barnch. Maybe not enough damage to kill Platamus. I don't know, we'll see. Instead, snap double pick Rolder Minotaur, Monka W. I mean, this Minotaur has to leave, right? Like, it's staring down a stone ball. It can take 1. It can burn the Rolder, so maybe it'll take 2. No Naga Guldur Pepe hands, yeah. It is kind of hard to go Naga Guldur against a Ragnet, because you never know exactly how fast they're running. If it's one of them speedy Ragnet builds, it's pretty bad. Guldur and Stoneball Purg. Instead, we see Rolder Naga, Monka S. Is that enough damage incoming to kill the Minotaur? I don't actually know off the top of my head. Stoneball does like 60% if they're full bulk. Maybe 70? Then Sparkling Bullet kills Naga. Huh, really depends on this Minotaur's build, I think. But I think we'll probably just see Minotaur swap out. Yeah, Whiplump could easily come in and eat it, but then you don't have anything to deal with Naga. Wait, no. Minotaur definitely can't swap here. Question is, does Naga swap? Well, it's hard to say. I think Nidrasil's like a really easy turn 1 swap for Naga, and you don't lose pretty much anything from it. And if Darbs reads that by turn 1 swapping into like Whiplump or something, I think he'll be in a pretty good spot. Yeah, this is... I think this is slightly Darbs favored. The opener here. But, I I've thought that in pretty much every game that Buff Duck's been in, and he's somehow found a way to just open the opponent up and find windows to get value and just, somehow find the win condition. I can't see it, but I'm also not on the same level as Buff Duck. So I think Naga swapping into Nigisil is quite good because it eats a potential Sparkling Bullet. But no swaps. And we'll see if Darbs respected the Naga or not. Stone Ball into Rulder. Plenty of damage there. Stone Ball into Minotaur. Ooh, 75. Beta Burst enough? It is. Oh, maybe I'm completely wrong. It wasn't as close as I thought. Okay, well. I think if Minotaur runs enough bulk, that doesn't happen, right? Yeah. 75 from Stone Ball definitely means he's not that bulky. And Ragnet comes in. Now, unfortunately, the same thing kind of happens to Darbs this turn again. Psysurge Stone Ball might be enough to just kill Ragnet. Ooh, Monka W. I doubt Rolder from buff is max attack too. Yeah, probably. Maybe something like that. Ragnet immediately regretting his life decisions and swapping out to Plump to eat another Stone Ball. And Naga leaves as well. No need to rush. Just bring the Nigisil in to tank a potential electric move. And now this board is definitely Darbs favored. Except this this Nigisil's allergic spread is gonna do pretty good work here. If it can live, like, it's probably gonna get Tornado Goringed here and die. We're also still not sure what item Darbs' Rolder has. It hasn't taken a hit yet, so it could be bait. If it's Adrenaline Shot, then it's pretty low on stamina right now. It's probably enough for a Goring. Maybe enough for Rush. If it's Adrenaline Shot, it could Rush here, I think. And not hard OX. But it's hard to say. I bet this is Garunder coming in. Buff Duck realizing... Oh no, it's Barge. Never mind. Yeah, Barge comes in completely fine into any Goring that could happen here. It'll take a Water Cannon most likely, but... Oh, there is the Garunder. Heh, okay. So yeah, Water Cannon onto that side. Completely eaten. A Goring into that side as well. They were planning to double the Rolder, actually, trying to finish it off. You think this Rolder has Arvile? It could. We did just see it Ox, so it's not Adrenaline Shot. Usually it's bait Rolder. But if you potentially have some insider info that it's Arvile, I could see it. I can see it working for Darbs. I think either way, this Rolder has to get switched out here, but into what? Garunder swaps too. Back into Rolder to thick skin this Tornado. Maybe it is Brumation on the Garunder then. Or maybe just preserving more, Ooh, the way the speed tiers worked out there. Darb's going for a Gust Lock play, but because Rolder's slower than Buff Duck's Garunder, the swap didn't happen quite in the way they wanted to. And a Beta Burst getting good damage onto Ragnet. This is pretty much just a nothing happened turn. A little bit of damage onto Ragnet, a little bit of damage onto Rolder. And, Yeah, we kind of just go from here. I will say, Buff Duck getting this Rolder back on the board is a little monka W. But he can always just switch back into Garunder, keep spamming the mom's lunch every single turn. Really hard for Darbs to play around. A cage, though. Insert the cage copy pasta here. This water cannon is going to do a ton of damage. But Barnch did swap. Ooh, into Ninjasil. Yeah, fearing the electric move. A double swap. Completely stopped by this sharp rain. Saving a bit of stamina. And it is enough to kill Rolder. Good stuff, good stuff. Fliplump getting a patient proc as well. His patience is rewarded with a little bit more stamina smile. And, without this Rolder, there's not a lot to threaten Ragnet. And the Nagise is here. Nagise has a big target on its head that says, Electro Punch me, please! So I think maybe Buff Duck is planning to bait the E-Punch here and just switch to Garunder. Or Buff Duck could be an absolute madman and just leave Naga in and do a bunch of damage to the Ragnet this turn. This is a pretty good turn for Depressed Psysurge if that's the case. Okay. Garunder comes back in, showing off his Lunchables. Oh, can we get some? No. The Hypno play. That's pretty good. This Ninjasil isn't energy drink, so it has to snooze for a turn. Interesting. Is Ragnet naturally slower than Ninjasil? I've never seen that interaction because I run a pretty fast Ragnet myself. But, yeah. One of them slower nets. And if Darbs just doubles the Garunder spot with an electric move and a wind move, what does Buff Duck do, really? I mean, if this is Thick Skin Runder, then it's fine. But the way he's playing it kind of doesn't seem like it is. Oh, it is. I think. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we see a Gust play onto the Garunder. Barnch Swip swaps out. Back in. Yeah, I don't think Garunder really even cared about leaving that turn. Ragnet resting, unfortunately. Did Darbs run out of time? He had plenty of stamina to work with there. Huh. Now, Darbs has a bunch of Tems in the back that are very healthy. It's kind of just get rid of Barnch, get rid of Nagise, and then Rolder can run away with this game. But the only one that can get rid of Barnch and Nagise is this Ragnet, and Ragnet dropping painfully low. I mean, Ragnet will probably be able to get rid of one of these Tems before it dies. It probably just dies at a double in here. Yeah, why complicate it? I don't remember how much the beta burst did. 29... It probably did more than 29, though. So yeah, maybe Darbs just falls to a beta burst here on their Ragnet. And then it's as easy as a Piezo into Plump. No, just swap the Garunder out again. Buff Duck has, like, the perfect mental image of the opponent's stamina bar. Like, their collective stamina bar, and their goal is to just slowly whittle it down. Big E-Manip turn. Getting this Rolder... Oh, it is Arvile. Okay. Good call. So yeah, this Rolder is exhausted this turn. It's gonna have some stamina issues. But at least it's Arviled. So no problems with Beta Burst this turn. No problems with extra damage from A-Spread. But I think the raw damage is kind of enough to deal with Darbs' Rolder. Beta Burst, Depress might pick up a kill. Especially after the poison tick. I bet it would, honestly. Of course, this Nidrasil is gonna get tornadoed for a bajillion damage by Handfan Whiplump. So maybe Buff Duck decides to swap Garunder in one more time. Of course, this Rolder's not doing much. If it's Tornado Stoneball into the Nidrasil, we can force a kill. Let's see. Yeah, Nidrasil dies to the Handfan Tornado, but Plump will Ox to do it. It's a little bit of stamina back, but Oxing anyway. The patient. And a Beta Burst into Plump to get it low. This Drill Impact's really not going to do much damage. And 20's good. 20 is good damage for resist. And Buff Duck slowly getting whittled down. Not sure really where we go from here. Naga has either 1 or 2 turns left of DA, and that's going to be pretty crucial to win this game. I think Ragnet's probably in range of a Psy-Surge. So I'm guessing... it kind of depends what speed SV this Ragnet is. If it's one of those 33 speed Ragnets, then Buff Duck has to be really careful. But otherwise, if it's just like a perfect Ragnet and it's E-Punch versus Psy-Surge, Naga wins. This current turn, Whiplump has to skip its turn. So we'll see what Garunder goes for. If only Garunder was a little bit faster than Barnch, we could remove the Nullify from Rolder. Oh, it's Piezo! Here we go! Oh, never mind. I was gonna say maybe Piezo into Rolder to remove its common factor and then Beta Burst it. Not sure that gets a kill, though. Now, Garunder is in rush range. So yeah, securing the kill onto Whiplump, but there's just so many Tems still healthy on Darbs' team. This Tolkien is pretty scary. Of course, Naga's Fury is up, but the only way Naga's Fury is going to happen is if Buff Duck like hard swaps here or lets both of his Tems die. I think it's probably Barnch swap to Naga here. Barnch swap to Naga's kind of good. Depending on how much damage is incoming on that Naga slot. Because it's most likely Rush, Garunder, and then... I don't know, like... Darbs has to either read the swap or not. Okay, so Naga comes in. Rolder swaps out. I think it all comes down to how slow this Ragnet is now. Fiery Soul finishes Runder off. Maybe... Is DA gone yet? Maybe Buff Duck's been keeping track of his DA and it's gone. I don't think it is, though. So we will see what happens here. If it's Slognet, then GG. If it's Fastnet, then Naga has a shot to carry the rest of this game. Deceit Aura is still up, and E-Punch is slower. And, well, that's good information for Buff Duck for the rest of these games. But this first game, it's going to be revealed that the Ragnet is most likely running 33 speed. Unless Buff Duck went for Naga's Fury there, or maybe he double rested. Interesting. A lot to learn from that game. We'll see if Buff Duck can readjust. Very interesting stuff. We're just waiting for them to get into game 2 here. Here we go. Game 2 draft begins. No team changes. Cool, cool. And the same bans from last time. Pretty rude of Darbs to ban that Moments once again. But he's going in for the kill. And I guess he just doesn't like dealing with the Moments. Can't really blame him. This thing is very scary when in Buff Duck's hands. And I've never feared it in anyone else's hands, really. Okay, and we see the Naga Rolder opener from Buff Duck again. Snap picking at no fear. And the Ragnet answers just as well. Now, Buff Duck being on the back foot means he can't really afford to play risky. Banning Moments twice? I'm out of here. Yeah, GG, man. The disrespect. No, it's actually very respectful to ban Buff Duck's Moments. It's kind of mean, but, you know, Moments, a pretty low tier Tem. So the fact that Darbs is banning it means he recognizes Buff Duck's ability to outplay using the Moments. If you only looked at Comp Channel and Discord, you'd think everybody plays Chim and no one plays Moments. Well, everybody kind of does play Chim. I don't know, man. I hate this Tem. Thank you for banning it. Get him out of here. But yeah, we see kind of the same story as last game, except Ragnet over Minotaur. And, Buff Duck has some pretty easy standard plays he can make here. But with Nidrasil being banned this time around, E-Punch Stoneball into that side is completely free. Buff Duck probably feeling a bit pressured right now. Buff Duck kind of just has to pick a Tem to die. The Naga slot. Not to die, but to lose like 70% of their HP minimum. Yeah, I don't even know what they could do to Chim so it's not auto-ban. Yeah, I don't know. Lots of people are proposing like massive reworks to stat changes and stuff. I think that's one way to go about it, but I'm not sure Crema's ready to commit to that yet. I think a good place to start would just be lower Chim stats. Just his special defense and defense, so that's easier to kill with Fiery Souls and stuff. Now, the fact that Tolkien can't kill Chimerian with Fiery Soul is so rough for him. And then, I mean, Tolkien needs a nerf too, but, you know, one thing at a time. Anyway, so, like I was saying, Buff Duck kind of needs to pick a Tem to die in this Nagai slot. Something to lose a bunch of HP. And luckily, they've got a couple of Tems that are bulky enough to eat that hit, while Rolder works on the Ragnet. And the good news is that Darbs only has one real swap into this Stone Ball, and that's Platamus. So we see Naga swap out. I don't think Ragnet swapped out then. So it's going to take a big old Stone Ball here. Eating the E-Punch. Yummy! Eating the stone ball. Yummy! Less yummy, it hurts. Oh. You see a drill impact into Ragnar. That's still good. It's in range of a stone ball still. And this Yowler, not quite dead to another stone ball. Thank goodness. We were looking at about 30% each hit. And, you know, Yowler could suplex Rolder. Yowler could switch out. Yowler could switch back into Naga here. That's pretty dank. Because we know Buff Duck's Rolder is faster than Darbs' Rolder and his Ragnet. So if Buff Duck is confident that the Stone Ball kills, this is pretty big. Yeah, Darbs switching to Platymus. And no swappies. The Yowler tanks this Drill Impact just fine. The Oshi Dash slaps this Rolder across the battlefield. He came back. There was there was like a 5-minute time skip in between him hitting the Rolder and it coming back to the battlefield. Thank goodness the game skips that part. But in like real time, we had to wait. And Platypus tanks the Stone Ball not so great. 30%. Platypus being sort of a glass cannon, but it is here to start throwing out Toxin Showers. And there's not really a lot Buff Duck can do about it this turn. Yowler's dead to Toxin Shower, and then Rolder can't break through it. So I think Buff Duck probably needs to... There's also a rush play Darbs could do to kill Yowler. I'm not sure. Does Buff Duck leave Yowler in to die? I'm not sure what his win con is here, really. Yowler took a hit. He was a pivot for Buff Duck, which was kind of his job. Shadesmar comes back in. Rolder switches out into Ragnet. This is most likely... Oh, it's Waterblade. Okay. Fair enough. Any trait that procs when it's right on the field never usually sits well. Yeah, I mean... There are lots of Tems that I don't think are broken when they get that. But, Chimerian just feels so strong. Anyway, enough about Chimerian. I could sit here and be sad all day about Chimerian, but, Buff Duck loses his Yowler to the Water Blade, which is not ideal. Platymus still has his Toxin Shower online. This Ragnet hit the board at kind of a weird time, though. Maybe looking for a Naga swap, potentially. Or just making sure Ragnet is on the board before this kill happens to force Buff Duck to leave Naga on the back line. Platymus switches out into Rolder, who is completely free on this board. Lucio, a Sparkling Bullet? Sparkling Bullet doesn't do much of anything to either side. Hypnosis. Is this into Rolder, though? Nope. Shadesmar's going to take a nap. And so, Darbs gets a 2v1 this turn. But, I doubt Ragnet really wants to stick around for the 2v1. I think he's still in range of one more Stone Ball. So either Platymus or Tolkien needs to hit this board right now. And Buff Duck could use that to his advantage. He could switch Naga in right here on the Gulder slot and just start wrecking shop. Cagers, making sure this Ragnet is dead on his screen. Ragnet tries to swap. Darbs tries to swap the Rolder and the Ragnet, catching 2 in his cage. What if you press cage and it skipped your opponent's turn? Monka W. Insert the cage copy pasta right here, because that is about as high value as it gets. A P-jab into Buff Duck's Rolder. We'll soften it up for this this incoming stone ball from Darbs' Rolder. And Ragnet barely survives a stone ball. Buffdux lives, however. Even at -1 defense, he's chillin'. And this Ragnet, so much was put into killing it, but it seems like Buffdux gonna need to put a little bit more effort in by pressing Rush this turn and setting his left side up for a 2v1. So not ideal, I would say, but yeah, it's still probably fine. Shadesmar can get some more damage off on Rolder here. I don't think a Harmful Lick can do 31, which is what we're looking for to get Rolder in a Poison Death range. Shadesmar switching out instead into Garunder. Garunder saying, hey, my Rolder's oxed, yours is about to be too. But his Rolder instead decide to rest. Really smart play there, playing around the potential Mom's Lunch swapper. And now it's a 2v1 into this Garunder. And unfortunately, Buffduck really has to get some damage onto this Minotaur before Nagais can come back in. A Wastewater on a Minotaur would be pretty good, but if this Rolder dies, it's just so rough. Maybe we see Rolder swap out to Shadesmar here, just for more protection. And then if Garunder dies here to like a Purg Stone Ball or something, I think it lives 1 anyway, but let's say it did die, then Naga comes in, mostly for free. Yeah, Runder swapping out actually into Nagais. I mean, I doubt Darbs read this. It's a pretty hard read. He did read it! Monka W, the hard read, Sparkling Bullet, Garunder play. Oh my god. This was just a Purg Stone Ball. Like it had to be Purg Stone Ball. But Darbs doesn't care. He's nuts. Wow. This just got very difficult for Buffduck. I don't know how he gets back into this game. His win cons are all gone. Sheesh. Indeed, Umbreon. Rush takes Rolder down. Rolder oxes. A hard ox, so it loses some damage. And these bullets are gonna keep coming out. Rocking Taser. Shadesmar's going down slowly but steadily. And not quite enough damage to get a Poison Death. But that's actually good because Rolder's Ox this turn. So, it is 2v1. And Garunder almost has Piezo up. So this isn't like terrible. Piezo quite good into Tolkien and Platamus. As long as there's a Piezo into Platamus and a Water Jet into Tolkien, this is maybe doable. You read a Naga swap today in Comp 2, lol. Yeah, I mean, jeez. Hypnosis play makes this a lot harder though. Garunder gonna have to skip 2 turns. More tinks coming out, lowering this Minotaur's health slowly but surely. And Rolder falling to the poison. Unfortunately, Garunder skipping this turn is really tragic. Tolkien comes in, ready to get some free damage off onto Shadesmar. A Windburst and a Tornado will do it. Tink onto Tolkien will lower its health a bit, putting it in Piezo range. The Minotaur resting. Minotaur also needs to preserve some stamina here. Huh. This is rough. I don't think Garunder can 1v3. It's kind of close though, right? Like a Wastewater and a Minotaur might. I mean, Garunder resists everything but fire here, so it's like not awful. And it seems to have a good amount of defense investment. But the burns are gonna lower this incoming damage by quite a lot. Piezo will probably still kill Tolkien. At least put him in poison death, yeah. But now Garunder versus Platamus is also kind of rough. Because the stamina is getting low and Platamus still has Toxin Shower to play with every single turn. Minotaur has Hypnosis as well. I don't see what Hypnosis really gives you this turn, though. I think Darbs needs to keep putting damage in on this Garunder. The unfortunate thing is Garunder does not have a, Ooh, Rotten Goo. Not really gonna do much there. Sparkling Bullet, seized and burnt. Wastewater on the Minotaur, not enough to kill. One more will be, though. This is so close. Can Runder do it? Can he get there? I don't know. Sharp Rain. More damage incoming. Runder tanking everything. Runder needs to rest, unfortunately. And it is thick skin, so no defense bonus there. Maybe Piezo outspeeds and kills Platamus here? That's kind of good. But doesn't Garunder die to 2 more Sparkling Bullets? Well, Minotaur only has enough stamina for 1. Minotaur needs to rest here, and then he can Sparkling Bullet twice. Oh no, Garunder, watch out. He's got a gun. He's got a gun, Garunder. He rested. Wait. Winnable? Garunder? Are you in here? He needed to bullet there. Monka. Oh, no, 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 no. Do you live this? Ah, not quite. And with that, Darbs takes the tournament with a 2-0. Got really close, though. Jeez Louise. Good stuff from both tamers.